Hello everyone. Today, well, what's happened? Tomorrow's the 1st of October. Hard to believe. I've got a lot of work to do out in the garden, and we got hit with some frost last night and the night before. So I've got to dig up some of the plants that have been killed off. What am I going to talk about today? As a lot of you know, I had a trouble with my shoulder. I had cortisone shot last Wednesday, and everything's fine. And today I was talking to someone at work, and it reminded me of a story of when I was in Australia, in West Australia. As a lot of you know, I went to Australia in 1968, and I lived in a town called Ashfield, just outside Perth. And then we moved from there. We went to, we rented a little property, little farm, 5 acres, out in West Swan. Now, we had a car, but it was 2 of us, and not always. I wasn't always able to use the car. I worked in a place called Midland, and where we lived in West Swan, our property was 7 miles from the nearest town, which was Guildford, a place called Guildford. So, and there was no buses. I think there was 1 bus a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and that was it. You relied on people giving you rides. That didn't always happen. And I would walk from work to home. That's 7 miles. I'd get a bus to Guildford or a train, and then I'd walk from Guildford to our house, 7 miles. During the day it wasn't too bad, and as the first couple of miles was okay, there was a few houses, there was a shop actually, a lot of vineyards. They were just starting up then. But after you passed the shop, then there was hardly anything. There was no street lighting. But in the daytime, as I say, it was okay. And then when I got to must be about half a mile from the property, I'm walking on the left, because that's where there was a path. And then across the road there was a house, and during the day there was you would hear the dogs. They had 2 dogs. There was a Great Dane and a little terrier. They were out in the back garden most of the time, because every time you went past there, these dogs would start barking. You know, before they could see you, they could hear you coming, and they'd start barking. And the Great Dane would be over the top of the gate, you know, barking over the top of the gate. There was a tall gate on the side of the house, and the terrier was underneath. So sometimes I would have to have a different shift, where I would finish at 11 o'clock at night, and then I'd have to walk that 7 miles home in the dark. And I knew that when I get to a certain area, I could hear the dogs barking. I knew I only had half a mile to go, which helped. You know, oh, I'm nearly home. And one night, as I was walking home, it's pitch black, there's not a light anywhere. And I thought, I must be near this house, I must be. I haven't heard the dogs. Must be. You know, I thought I was closer to it than what I am. You know, perhaps I got a bit further. I don't know. Perhaps the dogs are in. Perhaps they brought the dogs in this time. But there was no sound at all. And it was pitch black. It was quiet. There was not a sound, no traffic. What I did hear made the hair on the back of my neck stand up, because as I was walking in this ear, all I heard and felt was from a very cold nose. That last half a mile, I don't think my feet touched the ground, but it was that Great Dane, and the little terrier was yapping away as well after. But I didn't hear them. It was dead quiet, you know. It frightened the life out of me. It really did. That was what I was talking about today. And I said to this woman today that the animal that used to frighten you most was kangaroos, especially at night. If you're walking anywhere in the dark at night, I had to walk many times. Didn't have a car. It was quite alright, and nothing wrong with that. But with animals, you can hear them scurrying, like rabbits and deer. You can hear them. You can't with a kangaroo. It's just a bound in front of you, and it's gone. Front of life. Oh, every time. You knew it was a kangaroo, but it just catch you unawares. So that is my little story for today. I see that we're getting some new members into the group, which is nice. What else? I've still got this problem with my hiatal hernia, which is still causing me a bit of a bother. I'm coping with it. I've learned that I can eat, but I have to eat slowly, because when it starts to build up, I have to let it rest, and then I can carry on. Which by which time the meal, dinner, lunch, or whatever is cold. But there we are. That's our little story for today. I'll think of something else for next week. So thank you all very much.